You guys had a healthy amount of respect for Colorado, and they've obviously brought their game. Just a thought on the opportunity back in Edmonton, in front of your fans, to elevate your level of performance and get your guys' game to where it needs to be to have a little bit more competitive result.
Yeah, like you said, I think we haven't shown our best yet, and that's obviously encouraging. But we got to make sure that it's coming soon, really, really quick. So. Obviously not the situation we wanted to be in after 2 games, but that's the way it is. Can't dwell on it. We got to be better. We got to adjust and make sure we come out good at home.
How important is puck management, especially against a team that's got Jay said a different animal, and I think he was specifically referring to what some of their guys in the back end can do, transporting the puck and capitalizing on neutral zone turnovers and those sort of things.
You got to gain lines. You got to make sure it goes all the way. You can't have those little turnovers. Even tops of the circles. They turn it around and they come right back at you. That's their game. They're fast that way. So. That's something that we can do better, something that we can adjust, and I'm pretty confident that our group can find a way to be better in that situation.
Where do you think the cracks are? Like, generally a team like yours, you got to find the crack and exploit it, right? Find a way into this series, a way to make them get off their game a little bit. Is there a place you can go to push them away from what's working for them somehow?
Well, sometimes it's just momentum, but we got to get to our game first. Like I said, we haven't shown our best yet, not even close. So, like I said, it's encouraging that we haven't showed our best yet, but we have to get there, and we have to work to get to our game, and we're looking to do that tomorrow.
When we see a game, we're so used to watching yourself and Connor and guys, goal a game for Kane. We're used to watching you guys have your way with the puck, have the puck a lot, get lots of shots, lots of chances. When you don't, should we be looking at the opposition? Do you look at the opposition? Is it their fault? Is it your fault? Who needs to change here?
I mean, it's one game where we got shut out. I don't know if you can blame that on anybody. We scored 6 goals the night before, so I don't know how to answer that.
When you go from 8-6 to 4-0, is it hard to get a read on this series? I mean, it seems like offense, defense, offense. I mean, what do we expect in Game 3?
Well, I think it's going to be a tight game. I thought last night was a lot tighter, other than the 2.5 minutes where we fell asleep for a second there. But that's why they're so dangerous, right? You fall asleep for a split second and they take advantage. And you got to give them credit. They're a good team. They play fast. They take advantage of these things. But like I said, we're looking to get to our game. We have to find a way to get to our game and impose our speed and the way that we play on them.
Leon, you're used to playing against the best D, but what's the challenge of facing Dylan Tate and Kel
They just skate really well. They get up in the rush. They take their chances, but they obviously skate well enough to get back in their own zone. And it's one of the best deep pairing in the league, if not the best. So we got to find a way to make it a little harder on them, play them a little harder, and find tougher minutes for them.
They had.
Our group, our team, we've done it all year. We've faced a lot of adversity all year. We've faced adversity in the playoffs in every round, pretty much so far. So, I believe in our group. Got to start with one game tomorrow. It's obviously a big one. Start at home, get the crowd behind us, and that way we'll be right back in it.
To follow up on your point, Leon, you say you're going home, and they say the old adage in the series is it really doesn't start until a home team loses a game. Is that the way you feel, especially coming off a Calgary series where the home team obviously kind of helped turn the tide a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. We love playing at home. We love playing in front of our crowd. I think we have the best fans in the league, and it's going to be loud. It's going to be exciting. So we have to make sure we use that to our advantage, and make that in our favor.
Thanks, Leon.
Thanks, Leon.
You're in the Final Four. You're playing against the four best teams, and they elevated last night and took their game to another level. You have an opportunity back at home to get to where you guys want to get to. Just a thought on the opportunity that's ahead of you at Rogers Place coming up tomorrow night.
Yeah, for sure. We're excited to get back home and feed off the crowd and listen to the atmosphere. And obviously, our focus is on Game 3 at home. So we have an opportunity to step up right now. And obviously, we didn't get a win like we wanted down here, but great opportunity for us to go back home and feed off the fans and start this thing going.
This team has a different dimension than other teams in the league. They have not one, but three guys that can really transport the puck. How important then is managing pucks, getting pucks in deep, forcing them to turn, and puck management, puck maintenance against this hockey club?
Yeah, for sure. It's something that we've talked a lot about. It's not just putting pucks in behind them. It's about timing it properly so that we can go touch pucks first, and so they're not getting any easy breakouts. I mean, they skate well back there, so we got to make sure that we're stopping them. We're getting on top of them. They're not able to jump by us, making it a 3-on-2 rush or 4-on-3 rush. So something that we're focusing on right now, and I think we can do a better job of moving forward here.
Ryan, can you talk about the challenges that the Avalanche are kind of posing in the neutral zone, especially in Game 2?
Well, I mean, they definitely tighten it up a little bit. I mean, for us, when we're at our best, we're coming through the neutral zone with speed and touching pucks to areas where guys can go get it, and that's where we start creating stuff off low plays. And we know that once the playoffs start, it's not easy to create through the neutral zone. You're not getting a whole lot of odd man rushes, so our focus mostly is on getting down in the O-zone and creating off there.
Simple question. Did you guys make it hard enough for Francouz last night?
I thought early we were putting pucks on net. We were getting second opportunities, getting in his eyes a little bit, and then we got away from that a little bit as the game went on. And it's something that obviously is important, and we need to continue through full game, through full 60.
Joe Sakic's just kind of made this team into what he was as a player. I guess growing up in Burnaby, were you a Joe Sakic fan at all?
I was definitely. I mean, him and Paul Correa were two guys that were Burnaby guys that we all looked up to, and we all knew who they were. And I got to meet Joe when he brought the Stanley Cup back to Burnaby one year.
Ooh, did you touch it?
I did not. No. Even back then, people were telling me, "Don't touch it."
Really?
So, yeah. I didn't know why, but no, Yeah, no, I stayed away.
So this is a huge moment, right? You're coming home, and we all know that. What are the things in your season? Everyone says, we faced adversity. We're good at this. What are the moments in this season that you think about that you're going to look back on and to help you guys be there when it counts here Saturday?
Well, I think obviously we can look right back to being down 3-2 in LA, going down there and getting that win, and but not just that. I mean, during the season we went through a stretch where we were 2-14. We had COVID stuff going on. We had a ton of injuries, and we were out of a playoff spot, and we found a way to battle back and stay resilient as a full group and push ourselves into a playoff spot and a good playoff spot. So we definitely have gone through some adversity. I think that's kind of been one of our best attributes this season, is the way that we've responded from that. So we're excited here. It's obviously not the position we wanted to be in, but at the same time, we have a great opportunity here to head home and start rolling here.
So maybe you can kind of explain sort of belief. Like, I know NHL guys, you guys all believe. There's no one giving anything up here. Fans at home they're not NHL players. Maybe they have a harder time believing. How does a group of NHL guys approach this thing and not let the door open to disbelief,
I think it's a lot about staying together as a team, talking to each other as a group, staying positive, and everything that we say in the room is positive, and we know we can get the job done, and that's our mindset. I mean, we don't let that doubt creep in. We don't let it feed anything. It's all about staying positive in our group and lifting each other up.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks.
You got to tip your hat to how Colorado was able to elevate their game, and that game that they brought last night. I think you'd be the first to admit you guys maybe haven't gotten to where you want to get to yet, but you have an opportunity at home at Rogers Place to sort of get to your game. Just a thought on the opportunity that's ahead here.
Yeah, I think I don't think we've played our best game yet. I think there's more there for us. Obviously you'd like to leave Denver with a split. It didn't happen, but we're going home where we've been good all year long and in the playoffs, and we're looking forward to getting to that game in Edmonton tomorrow night.
Other than the 3-minute window or 2.5-minute window last night, that was a tight game both ways. Just a thought on you talked about different animal, the uniqueness of the challenge, facing a team that can transport the puck and can jump up and activate quickly from the back end, and puck maintenance and putting pucks in the right spot on the ice.
Yeah, I mean, well, every team presents unique challenges, and they have unique players that do some certain things well, and there's things that we would like to do to negate some of their strengths. As you said, I thought yesterday the first period was a really competitive period, chances both ways. We killed off six minutes of power play, almost a full 2-minute 5-on-3. Those were good signs for us, and we had some chances to score the first goal. I thought the game got away on us in a 3-minute window, and that's something that certainly we can clean up.
Being back at home, matchup is always important, but will you try to have McDavid a little bit away from Taves and Makar?
You know what? I thought the way the game played yesterday, we were able to get Connor's line out against the people we wanted to get. Not all the time, but we did some things in order to get that. I think when you're at home, it's a little bit easier because you do control the last change.
You're a coach. You always believe, but what make you believe that it's possible to being back in that series after?
Well, I think it goes back to Bob's question. I don't think we've played our best game yet. I think there's more there. I think we have individuals that have more to give. And as a team, our team game can be a lot more sound than it has been. I don't feel yet that we've played a full 60 minutes. We've had good spurts, good periods, but we haven't played a full 60 minutes yet. And I know what our team is capable of. And certainly if we bring it over to the full 60 minutes, we'll be in a good spot.
So that's when we look at coaches, I know that all season you're coaching from video, you're telling you're strategizing with your team, you're giving them the best system with which they can win. At some point, when you say that I need more out of some guys, it becomes more of a mental thing, or does it become more of a mental thing? Do you have to get guys digging more out than they've dug out so far?
Well, don't forget, Spec, we're in the Final Four here, so we're in a good spot, and we're not here unless we have the contributions of all the people that we've had in the lineup over that time. Have we played to our capabilities over the last 2 games? I don't think so. I don't think we're at the level we need to be at. So part of it is individual responsibility. Part of it is collective, and I think there's things that we can do today and heading into tomorrow to make sure our mindset's in the right place to go home and win a home game. Are we in the spot that we wanted to be in after the first 2 games? We're not. We fully own that. We fully accept that. But it's about making the necessary adjustments and elevating our play in order to get a win at home.
You had Draisaitl and McDavid together, and you scored 6, but you gave up 8. You had them apart. You only gave up 4, but you unfortunately didn't score any. Which one do you like better?
Well, I think we've maintained a level of flexibility over the last 3.5 months that makes us hard to predict and allows us to make necessary adjustments. I think the 2 players that you mentioned are world-class players, and they make people around them better. When they play with each other, they do a lot of really good things, and when they're apart, they make a lot of really good plays as well. Last night, I thought our team game wasn't where it needed to be over a full 60 minutes.
Just a quick question about, I think they had 2 guys, trade deadline acquisitions contribute last night. You had, I think Kulak was a trade deadline acquisition for you guys. How hard is it to integrate those guys, and is that a difficult proposition?
I'd also say that it wasn't a trade deadline, but it was certainly an acquisition that's had a big effect on our team of bringing in Evander Kane. I think right now we're playing hockey in the month of June. I see you guys, you're wearing shorts here in a press conference. So we're playing hockey in the month of June. The trade deadline was when the trade deadline was. There's been a lot of time to acclimate for acquisition players, and I'll go back to my point I made with Spec. There was. We're here for a reason, and those acquisitions for us are a big part of the reason why we're at where we're at.
Jay, if I can ask
Yeah,
you a question
sure.
from the left field, I'm from Montreal.
Yeah.
You've been coaching.
Pas de problème.
Thanks. You've been coaching for a long time with JFO.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know, what have you learned from JF? And he's about to be playing the Eastern Final in the American Hockey League. How pleased are you to see that JF is having success with the
Yeah,
Rocket?
I'm very happy for JF Houle. Obviously, he comes from Montreal royalty as the son of Ray Jean. When I went down to make the decision to be a head coach and go down to Bakersfield, I inherited JF on my staff. He worked under me for 3 years. We had a lot of success together. And he's a good hockey person. You talk about someone who hasn't skipped any steps along the way. He's coached junior hockey, he's coached college hockey, he's coached in the minor leagues, and now he's done a really good job in Laval with another former Oiler and Kelly Buckberger as his assistant coach. And I'm proud of him. I'm proud that he's worked in our organization, and proud that we were able to move him along. He's one of a few different people that we've moved up the food chain from Bakersfield. We've had a strength coach move on to the NHL. We've had a video coach move on to the NHL. And obviously, Dave and I came up in the middle of February. So anytime you can develop people like that and move them on in their careers, it's a point of pride for our organization. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Merci beaucoup.